When it comes to celebrity deaths, why do things always seem to get so strange?
The shocking death of well-known Port Arthur rapper Pimp C.
Well, his mom believes he was murdered.
I'm talking about secret conspiracies, hidden murder plots, and even things that are supernatural.
If I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice, I want to make sure that my life made at least 5 million.
XXXTentacion killed in an apparent robbery.
His mom thinks he was poisoned, and there was someone with him when he passed who was a very shady, strange character. So
there seems to be a lot of mysterious celebrity deaths throughout history. Maybe it's because when a celebrity dies, their body of work becomes very valuable, and they always seem to die alone in a hotel room, either by suicide or overdose, or they die by some sort of accident. But what we all must understand is that there's always someone gaining something from their deaths. There is another side of the music industry that exists that we never get to see. In this shadowy behind the scenes world of the music industry, it seems people cannot be trusted. Rumors of secret rituals and secret oaths are common. People doing the most despicable acts known to man. A hidden world of perversion and violence that needs to stay hidden at all times, never to see the light of day. There are also very powerful people seemingly above the law, pulling strings and getting favors in exchange for money and fame. Is this underworld really that dangerous? One of the realest and most loved rappers in the industry went by the name Pimp C, aka Chad Butler. Chad Butler was known for being outspoken about the music industry, exposing the secret LGBTQ members hiding in the industry.
I'm gonna say this too, you niggas out there think this shit is cool, but it ain't cool. Me and this man ain't never been butt naked in no room together with no hoes, pulling no orgy type shit or doing none of that whole ass shit you niggas out there be doing, thinking you doing some fly shit. Nigga, if you in a room naked with some other niggas and some broad, them niggas looking at your ass. And if that shit is gay, and you need to get on some other shit, me and this man got nothing but respect for each other. We ain't never pulling no train. We ain't no motherfucking freaks. We some family men. We getting this paper. You know what I'm talking about?
Pimp C would die December 4th, 2007 at the Mondarian Hotel in West Hollywood after failing to check out of his room. Ed Winter, the assistant chief of the coroner's office, said he died from a combination of sleep apnea and promethazine and codeine, cough syrup. The amount of codeine in his system alone wasn't enough to cause an overdose, but in combination with the sleep apnea, a condition that stops people from breathing in their sleep, his body couldn't wake itself, so he just stopped breathing. That's the theory the coroner came up with. But there seems to be a lot of witnesses who dispute this claim. People who are close to Pimp C had a different story to tell. According to Pimp C's mother, Pimp C wasn't in that hotel room alone. There was a strange man present as well as other people. They claimed that a man by the name of Larry, one of Pimp C's business partners, slipped something in a Pimp C's drink while he was in the bathroom. When Pimp C took a sip of his drink, he would immediately start vomiting blood. DJ Paul from 3 6 Mafia would describe the grisly scene of Pimp C's death after a mutual friend of theirs had seen it for himself. He would describe seeing so much blood in his room that he thought Pimp C had been shot in his head. Pimp C was laying in his bed still upright in a praying position. Pimp C's large candles that he carried with him because they helped him sleep were burnt down almost all the way, proving he'd been there for a while. The story was that Larry had poisoned Pimp C because he was motivated by money. Larry would then go on to marry Pimp C's wife, Chanara, but there are also rumors that Pimp C had a sex tape with a very famous R&B singer, and somebody in the industry wanted to cover it up. The death of Vladtv Lopes is one of the strangest celebrity deaths I've ever seen. Strange because it seemed to involve forces not of this reality. She apparently predicted her own death and even thought she was being stalked by a spirit before she died. It all started when she took a trip to Honduras seeking spiritual healing and to film a documentary eerily called The Last Days of Vladtv. But things would take an unbelievably horrific turn when the SUV she was riding in accidentally struck a 10-year-old boy. She cradled the young boy in her arms and tried to resuscitate him before he was sent to the hospital. But it would be too late. He would tragically die. She would pay for the boy's funeral. The young boy's mother would comment, "Lisa was an excellent person, the way she treated me and took care of my son." Then Lisa would come to find out of a really strange coincidence. Her and the boy had the same last name, Lopes. This whole situation would put Lisa in a very fragile state of mind. She oddly kept the boy's shoes for some reason, but things would only get stranger from then on. She believed a spirit with ill intent stalked her throughout her trip to Honduras and killed the boy by accident, but really intended to kill her. She said she always felt like she was being followed by a presence that she couldn't see. She even had dreams and premonitions that sent chills up her spine. Ultimately, just a week before her birthday, she was driving an SUV when she would try and veer past another vehicle and lose control of hers. She and 5 other passengers were inside the SUV when it rolled over many times. Lisa would be ejected out of the vehicle and die instantly. Out of all the 5 people in the vehicle, she was the only one who was killed. She would die on the 25th of April. Coincidentally, many celebrities have passed on the 25th of a month. They say that talking about death constantly brings death to you. Just like Biggie and Tupac, XXXTentacion constantly spoke about his own death.
If I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice, I wanna make sure that my life made at least 5 million kids happy.
The more I looked into the life of XXX, the more I realized that this young rapper had a lot in common with the late great Tupac Shakur. They both were fighters, and they both were really outspoken. They didn't back down, even in the face of danger, and they stood up for what they believed in. They say that in the last moments of XXX's life, a gunman demanded his bag filled with cash, but he refused. If someone points a gun at you and tells you to hand something over, and you still refuse, even in the face of death, you are a very rare person. Just like Tupac, they both would die young and under mysterious circumstances. Things would get mysterious in XXX's death because, like Tupac, he depicted himself dead in one of his music videos. He would post on the internet that if he did end up dead, that would be the fault of another very ominous rapper by the name of Drake.
The way that he was shot was it because of the issues that he had with Drake and Migos. She's gonna tell you that. Okay? Now, what issues does she have? There's issues where Migos was attacked by him, but the important thing is that the mom is gonna tell you that that's why I wanted that security with him. Okay? So, do you think anybody's ever talked to them?
Mr. Graham has nothing to do with this case. Mr. Graham is not...
Again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but Tupac also had a very serious rap beef that may have led to his death. XXX would be shot and killed while leaving a dealership in Florida, June 2018. XXX's life would end tragically at the age of just 20, but he made a lasting impact on hip-hop.